Welcome back. I have no idea how I'm going to do this video. It may be really quick. It could potentially be huge. So just as a heads up, I have no idea at this point of recording how long it's going to be. But it's going to be how to separate the communicators if you have more than one, and why you have more than one. So in this video, that's what we're going to be talking about. So I reckon maybe 80–90% of the time, if you have two communicators, you're not even aware that you have two communicators. And what will happen is that you'll say, I've got a man here, and this man feels like he's over 60, and he's a man that works with his hands. Which I'm not a great fan of the statement, but you know, it's normal. It's something that we see out there quite a lot. He's got breathing problems. He's got heart issues. He's got health issues. He's got quite a nice humour, and he's got children and he's married, as an example. And what will happen is the client will go, do you know what? That could be my dad. But that could also be my uncle, and so I'm not sure which one you've got. So you'll give another statement. You know, this gentleman smokes and he likes to drink, and the client will go, yeah, it's still the same. It's still both. And what will happen is this communication unfolds for the entirety. The likelihood is through the experience. Is that it will be two throughout. It will be two throughout the entire communication. And so what we've first got to do is we've maybe got to dive in a little bit quicker. You know, you feel a man and you've got all of the information that I've offered you. But we need to be feeling, is it dad or is it not dad? This will help the client get into the box that we're trying to do the communication with. Which way are we going to make the client's mind go? The next variation is that maybe you're 5 minutes in, maybe you're 5–10 minutes in even, and you've said everything, but you started off as dad. You know, I believe I have your father here. I believe he had health issues. He done this, he done that. He liked to drink, he liked to smoke, all that kind of stuff that I said. And the client's like, yep, that sounds like my dad. That sounds like my dad. But dad's not a walker. He's not a great fan of the outdoors and the elements. But you say that, you know, maybe there's something that's drawn your mind to wanting to go outside. You know, there's something about the outside or the location or something like that. And the client then goes, oh, I think you may have two there. And in that process, you're like, oh no, 5–10 minutes in, now the client's suggesting that I may have two. And you won't feel two. You'll feel like it was the right statement. But you may fold and go, oh, I didn't realise. So you understand this is your uncle. And they'll go, yeah. And they're like, everything fits, yeah, everything fits. And then you'll say something like about the home. And then they'll go, oh, that sounds more like my dad again. And now the reading's just going to ping pong all the way through. The whole time. It's just going to ping pong throughout the entire reading. The client's going to go, that's my uncle, that's my dad. So the mechanic for this, let me try and help you in some way. The medium is in control at all times. So it's entirely up to you how you handle this situation. There's a very simple fix. And the simple fix for the latter example there is no, my opening statement was dad. So I know that it is your dad and I know that I have one. So you're telling the client there's only one here. Don't leave the box of dad. Stay on dads. Keep thinking about dad with my statements. And just say yes, no, or don't know to dad. I appreciate your uncle knows that or love the outdoors, but however, I know I have your dad here, so I've made the statement wrong. I've presented my information wrong. So let me go back and ask him again why I felt like I needed to be outside or to be in a location. This will eliminate immediately a second communicator coming into the equation in the client's mind and in your mind. If for any reason you don't do that, I absolutely guarantee that there'll be two there by the end of the next statement. uncle will then step in. And why will this happen? Is because the client is in front of you and everyone associated to the client will be present within the room also. That's why it's the oneness of the spirit world. The client is here, the connection is here, the love essence is here, and now everyone associated with that can potentially be a communicator. So because the client says, oh, I think you have two here, if you don't put a stop to it immediately, then you absolutely will have two there. You can now present the two, or you can take control of the situation and present one of them. I said father in my opening statement. I know I have father. I know it's not your uncle. And what you're saying to the spirit world is, uncle, step out. Uncle, step away. I'm working with dad right now. So the argument will be, well, you're dictating, Charlie. You're saying what's going on. I'm not. I'm taking control of the situation. The spirit world are here to speak to the client, and the spokesperson that was doing that on the day was dad. The client has introduced the second one because they're like, oh, I think you have two there, and now you will have two. So I'm taking control of the situation. I'm not dictating or telling the spirit world what to do. I'm just taking control of the dynamic that I am currently working in. Keep the reading very simple in the aspects of, I'm the medium, you're the client, and I have your father here. And now I can get across the evidence and the message at the end of the reading, and then the reading's over. It's job done at that point. If for some reason you are aware of two during the communication as you start, then the simple process is to move them out of your mind in a very simple way. So some of you may say, right, one of you on the left and one of you on the right. What I have done in the past is I've used my arms. I'm quite an animated person when I talk. And because of that, I will use the signals of my hands. So I need one of you to be on the left and one of you to be on the right. And then as I present my information, by the motion of my arm or my hand, I know which one's given it. So your dad makes me aware of this, and he tells me about blah, 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 blah. And now your dad shows me this. But as I move my mind to the next statement, I know that this is your uncle, and your uncle likes to take a walk down a canal. And he'll do this every single day on the way to the shop to get his newspaper. As I move my mind back to your dad, and so this assignment has taken place through the body motion, so I'm not thinking too hard. Because if I think too hard, I'm pulling myself out of the communication and the altered state, bringing me back to everyday consciousness, and the link will fail. So that's one way of separating the communicators. I reckon a very, very, very high percentage is a bad presented statement, which will then move the client's mind into another box. I thought it was my dad, but that is actually my uncle. If you just take hold of that in the first instance, it's not your uncle. I said dad, I've just presented it wrong. I own the mistake. I go back, I clear it up. The reading will continue. This will absolutely help in the process of your reading. So that's pretty much it for now. We can go much, much longer, but you know, people love some of the long videos and a lot of them hate them. So for now, that's enough food for thought. If there's any value in the video, give it that thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll catch you lot in the next video.